Welcome all you +2 comedy modifiers back to the stream. Welcome back to the Not Pron Riddle. A riddle that is known as the hardest riddle on the internet, and a riddle that has been solved by just over 100 people in 17 years. And I'm going to do it using nothing but my mind and your help here in the chat and in the comment section of YouTube. It has been quite some time since I've sat down and played the Not Pron Riddle. So let me just give you a quick recap. I got up to level -25, which I was asked not to stream. It's a difficult level, and they want to keep the integrity of the riddle, so they didn't want that answer being spoiled. So I had to do it on my off time. And I don't have off time. I'm always editing or doing this, so I just didn't attempt it for a while. I then streamed an attempt of it on my Patreon, and I beat it in under an hour. So real quick, -25, without giving anything away, was a perfect riddle, in my opinion. It's a shame that I couldn't include this riddle, because it is exactly what I want out of the Not Pron Riddle. And I want to make a video about this later, but in short, there's a timeline when it comes to solving a riddle. You start with, I don't know the answer, and you end with, I know the answer, right? That's your timeline. Somewhere in the middle is your aha moment, where you figure out what you need to do. What's important is the aha moment should land somewhere nicely in the middle. Like, if it ends, like, if you have your aha moment, then you immediately solve it, I guess that's fine. If you have the aha moment and then the process of knowing what to do and actually doing it is a drag, that sucks as a riddle. Level -25 was the perfect mix of taking the time to try to figure out what it wanted from me and then doing what it wanted from me. Absolutely great riddle. Thanks for my patrons for hanging out and doing it with me. I solved it in under an hour. It wasn't a difficult riddle. It was just a good riddle. Like, just because something is hard doesn't mean it's good. And just because a riddle is easy to solve doesn't mean it's a bad riddle. I thought it was perfect. So it's a shame. It's a shame. The problem is I had to put this little censor bar up, because I can't give away the answer. I know it's covering a little bit of the screen, so I'll make it a little bit smaller. You can know that it's deathball.net/something, but I can't give away the URL that we're currently on. So that's why that little censor thing is going to be up there until we solve this one. This is -26, and I currently have it muted because it sounds like this. So I'm guessing that the drips might be a code, or it could just be ambiance. Either way, it's a little annoying, so I'm going to keep it muted for now, but we will investigate that sound more. So let's go into figuring out how to solve -26. Has Weaver & Company talked about how far you're allowed to stream this? Yes. I actually have that information if you give me a second. But there are very strict rules on how far I'm allowed to go. And as I always say, they can be amended at any time by the fantastic folks at the Not Pron community, because I don't want to upset the integrity of the riddle, because I love the riddle so much. But let me pull that up real quick while we do what we always do, and we view the source code. Gotta love that beautiful source code. All right, so we got a drip wave file. So that's the audio, and then -26 or -26 page.jpg. So not really a hint. Page is a little bit weird for it to be there, but you know. In case you were wondering, I will have to stop at. Looks like -40 will be my stopping point. Possibly 38, because 38 is very important. But the next time I will have to stop is 31. I will stop at -31 is the next time. Got that drip drip. What's up, Styles? All right, so information. We got the drippy picture, which is called -26 page. Page is a little strange. We got the drip wave file, which, can I download this? No, that's gonna. I know I can download it. That's just not the way to go about it. Keep telling people that they don't need to do any guessing of HTMs, JPEGs, or anything in these levels. Oh, you know what they're saying? I know exactly what he means. Usually, what happens is you view the image, and then you instinctively change -26 to -27. And I'm going to just do that now, and it doesn't work. So that's what that's referring to. It's just not Pron 101, but we're so beyond 101 that we should just stop doing it. So let's, how do I download this? Let me see if I can, I just want to download. This border's a bit interesting too. View image. No, it's part of the image. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's get this this audio, this drip. What is it? Wave? Oh, drip.wave. I spelled drip wrong. That's why it's currently not working. I know you can't see it. All right, let's download this. It's interesting that it's a wave, because a wave tends to be a larger file. So it's 18 seconds long. Okay, and super loud. Chill. Yo, chill. We're going to open this in Audacity. We open everything in Audacity. All right, so now we got Audacity open, let's make it smaller so we can continue to see the chat. Hi, chat. And let me bring up my downloads. Audacity, and boom. Yeah, whatever, just do it. All right, so let's just listen to it once, I guess. So, just by looking at it, it looks like there are a total of 4 different types of drips. Because this guy, just looking at the wavelength, seems to be identical as this guy, right? These two seem basically identical. These two seem identical. And then this one kind of seems to be on its own. It is really slow. I could probably kill some of the downtime here. But let's listen to these two back to back and see if they're as identical as their wavelengths appear. Actually, I don't think they're the same. Yeah, because there's 2 noises. That's a weird one. So it sounds like it goes 2 drips, 1 drip, 2 drips, 2 drips, and then I'm not sure about these last one, but listen, 2, 1, 2, 2. I would say the last 3 all sound like one. I think that's 1 noise, 1 noise, 1 noise. This one here almost sounds like it's backwards if you listen. And this will somehow get us something to put as the URL. Is that the input for the solution? Usually. I don't think there's anything to click on this page. Sometimes there is, but I sure didn't check because I'm not... if you hit tab on a page, by the way, just not sure if you know this, it'll light up everything you can click on. Doesn't appear to be anything you can click on here. We'll also check page info. Anything in here, especially? Whoopsie. Let's. I think we can show that. There's a thing I specifically wanted, not info. Inspect element. Is that what I want to look at? Yeah. Sometimes there's stuff in the style editor. That's a place you can hide stuff as well. There's a lot of stuff in the style editor, but it all looks like your usual gobbledygook. Yeah, that doesn't look that special. Yeah, nothing there. I don't know what this is about. What's it warning me about? Yes, that's actually how I know it too, Kermit, is I used to use the tab so I could find the Easter eggs when I watched the Strong Bad Emails. Yeah, that is interesting. Like, I kind of glossed over that, but there was definitely something about a video player there's something that doesn't have a video. I mean, something's playing the audio, but what was in the paid source again? I keep telling people they don't need to guess HTMs, JPEGs, or anything in these levels. That's, I don't know, that's a weird clue to include there. Perhaps we're not supposed to download drip as a wave. Maybe it's supposed to be a video file. Maybe it's like an MP4. I don't know. Yeah, there is actual reference to the style page, which is interesting. But there's nothing here. There's nothing of note here. Yeah. All right. So I think our main... Give it a shot? You want me to give it a shot? I will give it a shot. Drip.mp4. See if anything comes up. Drip.mp4. Nope. Does not exist. It's a good thought, though. But getting back into this. Where's my... I don't have a notepad up. Noah. I'm all out of sorts because I'm not used to doing Not Pron. So, if we say it's Morse code, let's just say it's Morse code for now, and we'll say that 1 drop is a dot and 2 drops is a dash. What do we have here? Dash. Dot. Dash. Dash. Dot. These last two bug the hell out of me. Are they identical as well? Nah, they're slightly different pitches. I would say they're both dots. Oh, you mean change the file I have into an MP4? That's harder said than done. That's harder done than said. It's easier said than done. Guys. So just just to stay on my theory just for a moment here. If 2 dots is a dash, or 2 drips is a dash, and 1 drip is a dot, is this correct? Dash, dot, dash, dash, dot? That's not even enough. Let me try this again. Dash, dot, dash, dash, dot, dot, dot. Thank you for the Morse code. Take a look at that. Morse code is something I should just, like, learn. Avast, not now. Not now. The problem is I also don't know where the breaks would be. Because I cut something out of this, didn't I? Let's see. Yeah. So maybe this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3 sets, perhaps? Perhaps? Because this is like, that's definitely dead air, and this is definitely dead air. Technically, this is dead air, too. Yeah, that's all dead air. So I would say, where is my... Oh, right. I'm right here. So I would say that we do a space here and a space here. TWS. TWS. Does that mean anything to anybody? TWS? You want to jump down this rabbit hole? TWS. Their headphones? I don't think this is what we're looking for. Just looking at the image. This kind of looks, if you really squint, it kind of looks like Oogie Boogie. But you got to really squint. Oogie Boogie Man. I'm going to try TWS as an answer. I don't think that's right, but TWS. Nope. So it's definitely... what about the military profits? Expand upon that while I expand upon what I'm thinking. There's definitely 6 sound clips, so whatever it is could be seen as a set of 6. Though technically, if it's number of just drips, there are 9. So I can't think of anything that's like sets of 9. That's like, base 9 is not a very common thing. At least that I can think of. Water. Oh, together we served. There are 2 clues I'd say that you haven't considered at all. Ooh. I'm going to legit ask you this, because usually, like, when someone who knows the answers is here for like legit Not Pron, I try not to do this, but I think this is important. Is one of the clues I haven't considered the thing I'm censoring out? Because if it is, we're gonna have to do some real dancing while we stream. But I just want to ask that, Kels. Could you feed them into a pitch finder? What the heck do we do with that clue information? That is not used. Thank you, Kels. So I guess the other things we're not... What are we not really paying attention to? We're not really looking at the picture that much, other than this kind of looks like the Oogie Boogie Man. But these are like drips of water. There's not a lot of other information here. I guess we could like break down the picture, but there's the fact that there's a frame. Like, this is not usual Not Pronny stuff, is this weird frame. The image itself is labeled as -26 page.jpg. Page is a bit interesting. I'll speed them up for you. It doesn't really sound like they've been slowed, but you know, who knows? I'm not an expert in listening to drips. Change speed. We'll go double speed. A little more than double speed. Boom. We can do this. This usually doesn't do anything, but see it in spectrogram in case there was something hiding in there. I didn't think there would be. There wasn't enough noise. But you can, at least with this, you can see like the blank space. Like this is dead air. It's not like the mic is on and there's just no noise going on. Like that's not audio. There's no audio in that moment. So we know that it's one drip, then one drip, and then these two, like there is like a line here that almost looks like they were spliced together. But that's interesting. Sounds like a cave, yeah. Is there another way to look at this that we're not considering? Like, is there something we can do with a wave file? I think there's another way to look at this, actually. Now they kind of look like 8-bit dragons. Spectrogram we looked at. I thought there was another one that like made it look like a line chart, but I don't see that now. Try slowing it down. I'll slow it down, but I think they're just going to sound like the drip slowed down. If I had to guess what slowing it down is going to do, I think that's what it's going to do. All right. Slow it down. We'll play it at half speed. Those pauses are rough now. Yeah, so now they sound more like whale noises, which is cool. I don't think it's an answer, but it's cool. But I mean, like finding pitch is an idea, but like it's still going to be droplets. Like it's not like it's guitar strings and we're like, oh, that's a G, you know? Or could like whenever it's a music puzzle, I suck. Like if you watch the past videos, like anytime we come to a music puzzle, it's like 5 streams of me just being like, I don't know what to do. Next, like, all right. So what aren't we considering? Drips in water. What does? Could that mean something else? Is there another word? Like, does drip mean something else that I'm not thinking of? I mean, we found that we've already broken it down that there are times where there's one drip and there's times where there's 2 drips. So that's kind of like a binary choice. So maybe it's ones and zeros. But that still leaves us with 6 and binaries in sets of 8. So that's not super helpful. Page. Why would it say page? What clue could we be missing by the fact that the word page is here? Page like a pager? Like that's a thing that beeps and bloops? What else could we do here? Keep telling people they don't need to do any guessing of HTMs or anything, or JPEGs or anything in these levels. Okay, so here's my interpretation of this. Keep telling people they don't have to do any guessing for HTMs. That's how this, you can actually see it here, because I'm doing a little bit of center baggage here. The levels end in .htm. So usually changing what's before .htm is what gives you the answer. Sometimes you also get different images when you change the address of the image background. So changing -26 page to -27 page. It's telling me specifically not to do that. But it's also not mentioning the WAV file. So perhaps there's a second WAV file? Maybe? I'm going to try pumping in some names for the WAV and see if, like, I'll get another file there. Like, I'll put in drip2, perhaps. It's class I... What? I'm not sure what you're saying there. I mean, has there been any others that had a single image on it? Yes, most Not Pron Riddle pages are just... Like, this looks like your average Not Pron puzzle. The only thing that's a little suspicious is this weird frame, because they usually don't have this like weird black frame around them. Also, like a very spoken rule is if there's a Google bar on the page, that means it's going to require outside research. There's no Google bar here, so it kind of implies that everything we need will be found here on this website. So let me just try. I'm going to type in some different waves and see if that gets me anywhere. So I want to try drip2. Drip2.wave. Nothing. Page.wave? We didn't. In terms of like web design, does page like mean anything? I mean, like, I know it's a web page, but like, is there another way that could possibly make sense? What? I mean, paging is a thing used with search results, but I don't think that's what it means here. Right. Like, I'm thinking there was one level that we did a long time ago where they used frames, which this is very suspicious now, where the... don't say it in the chat. I'll censor it out of the YouTube video. Don't worry about it, profits. But... There was a level where basically the web page loaded in frames. Like, there was the main web frame and then there was a page over top of it. Kind of like what I'm doing here with the center bar. Maybe? I'm grasping at straws right now. Yeah, basically what happened was, in that level, I had to basically find the same web page that had the frame on it. It was a weird level. It's a fun... I think it was like... Ooh, you know what? Was it level 26? That kind of sounds right. Ooh, interesting. Because I know one of the rules here is, and it hasn't come up a lot, but it was mentioned, that you couldn't beat the negative levels without having beaten the positive levels. So perhaps I might have to look back at some other levels. Something to think about. Something to think about. Not at the moment. That we do have the issue of I'm on a different computer than I was originally. So just going back to that level is not something I have anywhere. And two, since I've solved it, all the answers have been changed because of me streaming it. So I might not know the answer to get back to that level anymore. Oh, level 26 is the zip file level. You're right, Prophets. That's interesting to think about, too. But, we don't have a whole lot of evidence to say that those two are linked other than this number. So, just something more to think about. All right, so in terms of information we have, because I'm already running out of time, it would make sense. It would make sense, but I feel like there's something else we're missing. And me having to pull all that stuff up, it's going to take too much time because we're running out of time. I'm just trying to see if there's something like staring us in the face. The title of this is negative 26. Sometimes the title is a clue. It's not here. The word page is very odd. Keep telling people that they don't need to do any guessing of HTMS or JPEGs or anything in these levels. It's interesting that there's a style border of 0. Ooh. I mean, I don't think I can edit this. Can I? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm trying to think if that's unusual. Like I said, it's been a while since I've played these, so like I kind of forget what the status quo looks like. Yes, beam it to me. Beam it to me. Beam it to me. Don't give me hints from the guide. What guide? We don't use a guide here, Prophets. Boo. I'm just going to listen to this audio again. Or just destroy it. What the hell? No! No! What did I do? I can bring it back. Return to me. Then dead air. Then dead air. That fuzz bothers me so much. As someone that does a podcast, that just like constant makes me very sad. Prophets, what did I just say? I know, but I know you're trying to help, but like the whole point of this stream is we don't use guides and we figure it out on our own. So I find that insulting. Because one thing I was gonna suggest, the border's bugging me, and this is a classic Noah move that has never worked ever. So like today will be the day it works. We save the image. Let me open Photopea. Everybody's favorite Photopea. Uh, where is... Look, there's a thought I had. There's a thought I had, and then I didn't pursue it because it is such a thing that I try every time that never works. But we're trying it now. And that's whenever there's something black, I just take the paint bucket and turn it white. And it never works. But this border I do find very suspicious. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll zoom in first, just to make it a little... Because this border, very odd. Very odd. Oh, there's tiny gray squares. I didn't know there were tiny gray squares. Thank you to friend of the show. There's my paint bucket tool. This is a JPEG, so I feel like this isn't going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Anything suspicious pop up? No, doesn't look like it. But that's a big move. I used to do a webcomic, and I'd always hide little things in the blackness around it. But because I saved it as a JPEG, you could never actually see it because the quality of the picture was so low. I do find this frame so strange. And I did find a gray square, which is... Like, look at this. Guys, look at this gray pixel. It's very exciting to see it, isn't it? That we didn't know it was there, but it is. And there's one in this corner, too. Let's just get ahead. And it is exactly 1 pixel. So we'll just zoom around this border and see if we can find any other gray squares. Maybe zoom is a bad word. Slowly pull our way around. Alright, so there's one in this corner too. Let's see what we got down here. As dumb as this is, are these the same gray? No, Prophets, I don't want a hint. And if you give me a hint, I will ban you. Alright, so that's interesting. There's definitely a small gray square in the corner. And that's news. That's something. I mean, we can find the hex value of it, I guess. This is the type of thing that doing the weeklies have kind of done to me, because the weeklies, despite the fact that they're made by a lot of different people, they love using color as a clue. They love it. All right. So there's the hex. 78, 78, 76. Interesting. Is there anything else? We're so zoomed in. Let me zoom out a little bit on this. I guess I also could see if I could download this as another type of file. Maybe try to download this as a zip or a PNG. Just kind of looking at the picture itself. Do you kind of see Mr. Oogie Boogie? Like, that's his mouth. And then that's his, like, goofy-ass head. It's really important that you guys see that I see Mr. Oogie Boogie in this. Green. Odd green there. What else could we do to this? We should do the old invert. How do I do that with this? Boom. Select the whole thing. Image. How do I invert? Yeah, invert. Cool. Now it looks like hot water. Doesn't look like Mr. Oogie Boogie as much anymore. Never noticed all these weird dots in the background, which is interesting. You see him, but further up in the drip. Oh, he's everywhere, Mr. Oogie Boogie. You be careful. Do the El Clasico. The El Clasico. The El Clasico. Yeah, I didn't like pay as much attention to these dots back here, but I saw them more when I inverted them, which is interesting. So I'm going to do the thing I said I was going to do, which is view this, get rid of view page source here, and try to see if I can get this as a PNG or a zip. Nope. Nope. Change the old levels of it. Oh, this isn't the thing I want. Brightness and contrast. Ooh. Starting to see Mr. Oogie Boogie a little bit more. Ooh. Not quite seeing anything all that interesting in the puzzle. That's cool. It looks really cool like this. If the answer is Mr. Oogie Boogie Man, I swear. Let me zoom in on this a little. A little photo P? Jesus. Slide stuff around. I don't know, that's interesting, but not. Kind of thought I'd see something a little bit like more obvious. I kind of find this glob to be interesting, but I don't know if there's something I'm supposed to see here. Use GIMP. I do actually have Photoshop. Especially since I do like GIMP. I almost prefer GIMP, but I am doing a show and GIMP takes a half an hour to load. What? No. Why did you think I wanted to Google Photoshop? Adobe Photoshop. Thank you. This is not going to take an hour, but it is going to take some time. Yeah, yeah, I know it's tempting to use Microsoft Edge, but no, did not want to. This decided to open in a very interesting way. Oh, I could learn more about... No, let's not do that. Please just let me do a thing. Where's new? File. New. Just give me a freaking new thing. Go. Still faster than GIMP. Let it be known. Still way faster than GIMP. There we go. Hi, chat. All right. Image adjust. Oh. Can I please? Why do I? Let me use it. Is it not selected enough? What's your problem? Oh. Adjustments. Brightness and contrast. Slide it over here so we can actually see. No. Nothing's popping out at me. Ooh. 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 This, I think, looks cool. If nothing else, this looks cool. All right, when made brighter, what do I see? Oh, is this a thing? I see something here kind of looks like 8s. Let's take a closer look using the power of the internet. Well, why? Oh, this at least has scroll bars. That looks interesting. Enhance. Enhance. Oh. You think that's an 8? I kind of see an 8 here. 8. 8. 8. This kind of looks like a 3. Maybe. Just going to look around a little more. See if there's something here that jumps out at me. No, use GIMP. I'd rather be wrong than have to use GIMP. Or can I do this? Hold on. I activated brightness. And then can I reactivate brightness? Give me bright at full. Now do it again. Yes. Commence the re-brightening. This looks suspicious now. I will just keep brightening it. Oh, because I have this open and it's not letting me do stuff. All right. Do. I kind of see like a skull. Kind of like a skull thing. This looked like they look like 8s, which is interesting. Do I see that B? I do not see a B. Where do you see a B? It's like one of those letter number spin combo locks. What? We're supposed to figure out what was dropped in the water to cause the drips. Oh, I kind of see what you're saying. Yeah, no. I was about to say I have one here, but I actually used it to build and escape the room. But I see what you're saying, what that kind of looks like. Where do you see the word bonus? Any gimps in the chat? They're a little tied up at the moment. They can't possibly be replying to things. Yes, I totally had one of those. I kind of see what you're saying. I do kind of see, like, it's possibly dropped into the water, and like this kind of like the distort, like it's kind of open. It looks like this is where the latch would be, and this is the metal thing that like would latch it, but because it's underwater, it's a little warped. I kind of see what you're saying. Just now with that thought in mind, let me see if I can find anything else in here. Still think I see a skull here, you know? This area seems pretty much empty. Doesn't appear to be much here. Let me screw around with this a little bit. Maybe I'll see something. No. Like, if I'm supposed to be editing the look of things to see something, I feel like it's this. Oh, I see another face. There's like eyes and a mouth. And then this is kind of like a blurred face. This is the souls of all the people who got lost in the Not Pron Riddle. All the poor souls that are locked away like gimps. like this shape here seems so deliberate, you know? And then that shape seems very deliberate. And then these just kind of look like 8s. I don't see anything else. Turning up the contrast. Prophets, I have no idea what you're talking about anymore. Trying to think if this is like a device I can kind of identify. Please use GIMP. I'll tell you what. I'm out of time anyway. So we will open the stream next week by using GIMPs. Yes, I'm going to... No, I don't want to save this. We'll use GIMP. As suggested, and we'll take a look at this next time on the stream. So yeah, Not Pron Riddle's back. Get excited. So we are on the quest to negative 33 or 31 or whatever I said last time was where I had to stop. I'm going to look again because it's important information. Negative 31. So we're on the quest to get to negative 31, and then we'll go back to doing some Not Pron weeklies. But if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments down below here on YouTube, and I'll check them out next time. I play every Monday at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. I stream every weekday at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time right here on Plus 2 Comedy, so be sure to give me a follow and subscribe to Plus 2 Comedy Gaming so you can catch up on all my past live streams. And I'll see you all next time. Boop.